Hey guys, well, if you deal with these old A bodies for any length of time, one of the things that you're very likely to run into is one day you're going to roll your window up or down, and all of a sudden you're going to hear parts fall down in the door and the window glass is going to go pshoo, and you turn the crank and it does nothing and the glass is gone in there. So that was the case with this car, and it's a simple fix really, as long as the glass doesn't break. You just have to get in there and take everything loose to get into the door. Inside of the door you have to take the panel off, which means you have to take the armrest off with 2 Phillips screws. You have to take the door handle off with the, sometimes they have a Phillips screw and sometimes they have a 7/16 bolt. This one has a bolt, holds that chrome little handle on. You know what I'm talking about. And then you have to take the window crank off, which has a little, I use a 4mm Allen driver, but that's, I'm sure there's a standard size for that. I just don't happen to have it on hand. But anyway, that happened a while back with this car, and I'd already fixed this on another one. I knew what was the deal, and I'm about to show you that. So I fixed it, ordered the part and fixed it and put it back together, and I'll be doggone if the other day I was rolling my window down and it did the same thing. I heard clatter and the window goes zzz. So I wasn't too happy about that because I don't like going back and repairing things. And I said repairing things. You shouldn't have to do that. If you got new parts and you do it the right way, it should be fixed for good, shouldn't it? That's what I think. But see what happened and show you how I fixed this, and hopefully this is going to fix it as long as this car exists. So I'm going to roll the window down. This is the inside of the door, of course, and kind of show you what's what here. Okay, this is what you got to be concerned about to do this repair. This is a window regulator. It's just a big thing assembly bolted into the door. It's got an arm on it. It's got small gear, large gear made thing here, and when you turn this, it engages that large part and swings it, and then that swings this arm up and down, kind of in an arc, and at the same time it's got a little roller on the end of it, and it goes into a channel. That's all it is, just a little metal channel with things that with 2 little clips made in to retain the glass. And this is the door glass, and then right here is the culprit to this whole problem. This is called a plastic rivet, and these things break. All it is, I don't know if I can get in to show you the back of it, but it's got a little where you can put your fingers and hold it. You just push it back through, and ideally it snaps in there and stays in there nice and tight and never comes out. It's got little ridges made onto those teeth, I guess, and yada yada yada. So you push that in like I did, it fixes it, you're good to go, you put everything back together. Well, this wasn't the case with this one, and there was a couple things going on. First and foremost, which was not the leading cause of this, but this channel, these there was too much these little guide things, I guess, for glass retainers, where the gap was too wide on it, so it was letting this this guide assembly just kind of move against the glass a little bit too excessively. And I watched this, so when I'd roll the window all the way up, I'd watch through here and you'd get up to about, don't mind those streaks in the glass, it's in grease, but I'd watch it right here and kind of move it around a lot, and the this whole thing would be just do, you know, so it was kind of making that thing kind of work its way out and fall out, so that wasn't good. So I worked on that guide a little bit. I tightened that gap up, not so it was just like totally tight against the window, because I feel like that would place undue stress maybe on the door glass, but tightened it up. I just took my hammer and got this thing out on the ground and just kind of tapped these inward, and they're pretty strong, so tap pretty good on them, but got them in, so that kind of minimizes the movement. It didn't, like I said, didn't clamp it against it, but it just kept it from doing this so much. And so the other problem was with this stupid plastic rivet here. Now this is a brand new part, and when I got this, a lot of people ask me where I buy parts from. I just buy them wherever I can find them. I usually go to eBay first because eBay normally has, for me, it's easiest to order from eBay because my information's already saved in the system, and so I just got to go in there and just click, a couple 3 clicks, and I'm done. And it's too easy sometimes when you don't need to spend money. But anyway, that's where I think this came from, and it's through a vendor that normally carries this on their website, so they just also sell on eBay. So anyway, the blurb was that made from the same material as original, and this is original, same that is original. And do you believe that? I don't, because every original I've ever seen has been made out of blue nylon plastic. Matter of fact, I have a set of doors over there right now, and every one in it is blue. This is white. So that's a story. It's a made up story. So the problem was with this thing, the plastic is too weak on it. It means it flexes too much, and so there's no chance that this thing's ever going to be strong enough with these little 4 little teeth here to hold itself in. So I decided, I'm not taking this apart again, not doing this job again, not a third time, not today. So not any day. So what I did was I just took this thing out. You can see the end result, and I took a very, very small drill in my drill bit and slowly drilled a hole through one of these here, and then directly across from it corresponds over here. And then I went into my box of we call them cotter keys here, and found the largest one that would still go in there, and I put it in, and there it is. As far as I'm concerned, something else is going to have to break before this thing breaks again. So that should fix it. That's good advice for you guys. I would just do this. I would do this anytime you replace these. I wouldn't even, it's got plenty of room here. This thing's not even, I don't even think it's pushed all the way through with it, the way it sits right there. So, and there's a rust stain on this thing. You know, you get water in the door, of course, but there's a little bit of a rust stain on this thing when I pulled it out, and it had been sitting in there not straight, like kind of like this angle. So just a cheap design on Mopar's part, I guess. It kind of had to be that way, you know, so you could be able to disassemble all this fairly easily. But it works good, but when it doesn't, it gives you problems. And I know people are going to ask, well, can't I just put a nut and a bolt in there and just bolt her down? Well, I don't know if I'd do that. I mean, it's possible, it would work, but you just have to be sure that you didn't over tighten it, and maybe put a washer, like a rubber nylon thing or something to keep it against the glass so you don't stress the glass there. But I think this deal is going to work fine, I think. I'm confident in it. So I suggest you would be too. Okay, guys, well, another little bit of a shorter video for me. But this should wrap this repair up. This is 2 times I've had to do this. It's 1 time too many. So I've learned my lesson, and I just wanted to share this with you. I think this is going to be a good solid repair to keep you from having to go back into this and have some other problems with it. And that's not the only repairs I've had to go in and redo on this thing. I've been putting the miles on it, and we'll discuss that in another video, but you gotta love it. Thanks for watching, guys.